I just played 5 hours of tennis, 2.5 hours in the morning, and I attempted to do yoga in the middle, and then 2 hours just now. And when I say I attempted to do yoga, I mean I went there. It's my 5th day in a row going. The first 3 days I did the full hour. Yesterday I did 10 minutes and I had to stop. Today I did 3 minutes and did some 2 minutes of stretching and I left. I looked at the weather, it's 94 degrees and it feels like 106, and on the tennis court it's probably more. So my point is, I faltered in the heat. I played 5 sets today over 2 guys and I lost 4 of them. Not my best day. 6-3, 6-1 I just lost, not good. But that's all part of the process. The entire game is a matter of being out there and taking the heat. I'm proud that I've been out here as long as I have. I trained in the heat yesterday, some cardio, some conditioning. Today is more cardio and conditioning without me actually having specifically trained it. And that's the name of the game. You know, with anybody who's trying to develop themselves, an essential component is, are you feeling pain through the process? And I have what I call the do you feel awful test. And I don't feel awful at this moment because I'm dumb, but I felt awful definitely during the 4.5, 5 hours of tennis. And when I say awful, I don't mean from the standpoint of hating what you're doing, but knowing you're in the right line and suffering through it, because you can never step on the court or do anything and just it be beautiful and magical from moment one. It might be a little bit beautiful, a little bit magical, but it takes a lot of time, a lot of practice of molding yourself. And playing tennis in the Florida summer is one of those really tough things when you have to develop stamina, conditioning. Your body is going through it as much as your mind is. And it's like when you're in a stressful situation, you don't act the way you would have, you don't play the way you would have, everything gets to you, and that's the matter of conditioning and making things better. And I have another standard called the do you want to quit standard. And a lot of times when people are doing stuff that sounds and feels out of this world for them, they want to quit. Roger Federer, a tennis player, he almost quit when he was 18. John F. Kennedy, when he said, "We choose to go to the moon," before he got up and gave that speech, he probably thought, this sounds like a crazy idea. I don't know if we can actually do this. But he thought about it, I'm guessing, and decided to give the speech anyway. And sure enough, before the end of the decade, it happened. These incredible, crazy, big, hairy, audacious goals, as they say, I think are important too for maximizing your own potential. And Oprah Winfrey gave this speech about you need to fulfill your highest human potential. That's the only thing that's going to make you happy. And for me, that's tennis. It's always been tennis. My only mistake was not honoring that more earlier and earlier. And that's what I'm doing. And that's why I go through all this pain and anguish, and happy to share all the lessons I learned along the way. So, hope this helps you out and you get motivated to take the heat with whatever it is. And I will say that when you finish going through the pain, I think it's a heightened state of satisfaction at the end of it. You know, I eat a little bit more sugar than I want to nowadays. I never had a sweet tooth. But the thing about sugar is that when you're on the tennis court, if you're hyper or anything, you can't function, you can't perform, it'll make you weak, you're used to feeling good, and a lot of times you need to just be going through pain and have pain tolerance to get through the really tough moments. And I think that a lot of athletes, they generally have a serious and stoic face, and that's because they're used to working really, really hard. And a lot of pleasures, your mind and body and being can't be full of pleasure if you're doing this really hard work. And I think that it kind of decreases your desire for pleasure also. So we make sure that we continue exercising and making our bodies vital so that we can have heightened experiences through the day. Because when blood is rushing through you, when you get the naturally released endorphins in your brain, everything feels good. And the thing about exercise is that it just builds on itself so easily. You simply have to set the thing in motion and then maintain it. It will work wonders in time. It'll work wonders from the first time, and the wonders actually increase and exponentiate. So what you experience on day 1 is nothing compared to what you experience on day 60, and that's nothing compared to what you experience in day 600. And that's less than 2 years if you do consistent or regularly, almost consistent exercise. So as far as all that goes, it's one of the best and most amazing ways, which is natural to you. It doesn't cost anything. I mean, if you go to a gym, it costs, but you can easily run, do push-ups, do sit-ups, do stretching, and the ways that people have been doing for thousands of years, and have a good and fantastic optimally functioning and working body, and that helps to I don't even need to get into the amount of diseases that it helps to prevent. It's obvious, and you look up any research, because it makes the physical body functioning as best as it can. And whenever you walk into any circumstance or situation, you're bringing your entire self into it. So that could be, that's your mind, that's your body, that's your emotions, it's everything. And the better functioning you are, the better everything works. I mean, what is it? I was looking up some professional speaking advice, how to make money on professional speaking, and I think someone said that work begets more work. You get one job and people see you, then you get another job, you get another job. Same thing with acting, same thing with anything really, tennis coaching, tutoring, whatever it may be. But the same thing, exercise begets more exercise, and the more you're out there, better you're able to function, the more it begets other things. And so the ways in which people can end up changing their life fundamentally, exercise is one of the most, strongest cornerstones of that. And it doesn't require any psychological, voodoo. You don't need to think too hard about it. You just do it. And when that happens, everything just tends to get better and better and better and better. Longer life, healthier life, happier life. More able to do athletics, more able to literally take the heat, like if you're out in the tennis court, and that's what it is. So I hope this helped out, and I'll be sure to be coming back with more.